Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, it's never enough? Like you're just destined to fail? You're not alone. The belief "I am a failure" is one of the most common and most destructive core beliefs people carry. But what if I told you this belief isn't a reflection of your reality, but a story your mind has been telling you? A story that can change. Today, we're unpacking the truth about the belief "I am a failure." How it forms, how it controls your life, and most importantly, how to break free from it. The belief "I am a failure" isn't just about failing at something. It's an identity. It's the idea that failure defines who you are. Psychologists call this a core belief, a deeply ingrained idea that colors how you see yourself, others, and the world. And like most core beliefs, this one has roots, often buried deep in our childhood. This belief doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It's shaped by the experiences and relationships that taught you what it means to succeed or fail. Our earliest relationships teach us how to see ourselves. When a child feels loved and supported, even when they make mistakes, they learn that failure is just a stepping stone. But what happens when love feels conditional? When approval only comes with achievement? If your parents or caregivers had high expectations, you might have learned that failure equals disappointment, and disappointment means you're not good enough. When caregivers fail to acknowledge a child's struggles or emotions, the child internalizes the idea that their failures define their worth. Growing up in chaotic or unpredictable environments can make success feel impossible, reinforcing the idea that failure is inevitable. If this sounds familiar, it's not your fault. These early messages shape the way we think, even into adulthood. But the good news? They can be unlearned. So, what's really hiding beneath "I am a failure"? Here are some of the sub-beliefs that come with it. I'm not smart or talented enough to succeed. Everyone else is better than me. If I try, I'll just fail again. I don't deserve success or happiness. My past failures define my future. If I fail, people will reject or abandon me. Success is for others, not for me. Sound familiar? These beliefs aren't just thoughts. They're patterns that shape your emotions and behaviors every single day. The belief "I am a failure" brings a heavy emotional toll. Here are the most common feelings associated with it. Shame, a constant sense of unworthiness or inadequacy. Fear, anxiety about trying anything new in case it leads to more failure. Frustration, feeling stuck in a cycle you can't seem to break. Hopelessness, believing that success, happiness, or change isn't possible. These emotions aren't just painful, they're paralyzing. They make you feel like there's no point in even trying. Believing you're a failure doesn't just affect how you feel, it affects what you do. Here's how it often shows up in behavior. Avoidance. You avoid challenges or opportunities because failure feels inevitable. Perfectionism. You overwork and overanalyze, terrified of making even the smallest mistake. Procrastination. You put things off, fearing you won't measure up. Self-sabotage. You give up too soon or don't try at all, reinforcing the belief. Comparison. You constantly measure yourself against others and always come up short. These behaviors aren't random, they're your mind's way of protecting you from more pain, but they also keep you stuck. This belief doesn't just affect your actions, it shapes your entire sense of self. You doubt your abilities even in areas where you excel. You assume people will judge, criticize, or abandon you if you fail. You see success as out of reach no matter how hard you try. Over time, "I am a failure" stops feeling like a belief and starts feeling like your identity. But here's the truth. It's not who you are. Living with this belief is exhausting. You wake up dreading the day, overthinking every decision, and ending the day feeling defeated, no matter what you accomplished. But it's not all bad. Sometimes this belief pushes you to work harder, to achieve more, to prove yourself. The problem? It's never enough. And that constant pressure can lead to burnout. Here's the good news. You don't have to live with this belief forever. Change is possible, and it starts with these steps. Ask yourself, is this true? Most of the time it's not. It's just a story your mind is holding on to. What if failure isn't the end, but part of the process? Every failure teaches you something valuable. Focus on small wins, no matter how small. Each step forward is proof you're capable. Talking to a therapist or coach can help you unpack this belief and rewrite your story. Most importantly, remember, failure isn't an identity, it's an event. And no matter how many times you've failed, you're not a failure. You're a work in progress. If this video resonated with you, know you're not alone, and you're not defined by your past. If you want more content like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we can rewrite these limiting beliefs and start living fully.